Blood typing, the good stuff, the wonderful stuff, the stuff that you need to pay attention very closely when you're trying to introduce new blood into somebody that absolutely needs it. Let's go ahead and just explore this really quick, make certain we understand it, and make you easy peasy lemon squeezy for you. So inside your body, inside every single cell, or on the outside of every single cell, you have some type of identity or some type of marker. It could be protein with a little bit of sugar on it. It could be a lipid with a little bit of sugar on it. All of these things are called antigens. These antigens pretty much is sort of like saying, hello, my name is blank. Antigen is a word that you should be very familiar with. You should make yourself best friends, fast friends, because you're going to see it again in pathophysiology, you're going to see it again in microbiology, and you're going to see it a lot in here going on right now. An antigen, again, is something that's on the outside of that cell that says, hello, my name is blank. It could be functional, it couldn't be functional. Who knows? It depends on what your body is looking for. It is sort of a way of saying and helping your body say, okay, this is indeed me, as well as telling your body, uh-oh, whatever this little foreign invader is, this little bacteria is not me, let's get rid of it. There are 24 different blood groups, and there's a combination of 100 different types of antigens. We're not going to worry about that. All we care about is that all these antigens and all these things that are being exposed are all genetically determined or controlled. We can lump all the different types of blood types into 4 different types. One of them could say, hello, my name is type A. Hello, my name is type B. And another one could have both A and B and have the name tag, hello, my name is A, and hello, my name is B on itself. If you are lacking the hello, my name is A or B, the antigens of A or B, you are O-type. O-type means that you lack these antigens. You are O-type. You lack these antigens. There is one more wee factor that we should take into consideration that is called the RH factor and is mostly found throughout the human population. The RH factor refers to where the antigen was first discovered and studied really, really well in the rhesus monkey, that cute little monkey they see down the bottom from Shutterstock.com. If it is present, notice that I put a little circle around this plus. If it is present, if the RH factor is present, you get a plus. If it is gone, you get a negative or a minus added to the end of your B or A or O or AB. This, I do not expect you to memorize that European Americans have 45% of O, etc., etc. I don't really care about that. This is more along the lines to demonstrate, hey, this RH factor is pretty darn present in a lot of people. Inside your body, you can develop the things or develop antibodies against things that shouldn't be there. So for instance, if you're type A and somebody sticks some type B in your blood, your body is going to develop antibodies. It's things that are against foreign bodies, agglutinins. They're going to say, this is a bad thing, we need to destroy it, and we need to get them all together. This is the reason why you have to check that you have the right blood type in a hospital. You go to the blood bank, you have to take a piece of paper that has the patient information, identification number, the blood number, and all that stuff. And then you sit down and they go through with it, sort of like a little nuclear missile type of thing, one person with one key, one person with the other, and they sound off, hey, this is the number. Is this true? Yes, this is correct. Is this the name? Yes. Is this the type of blood? Yes. And then you're handed it off. You do not want to introduce different blood type into somebody else, because then you will develop these antibodies which can cause some serious issues. This little chart sort of shows and demonstrates what it can happen within your body. Again, these antigens is sort of like this hello, my name is. If you have type A, if you are type A blood, you have the A antigen. If you are type B blood, you have the B antigen. If you are type AB, you have both A and B antigens on there. If you have neither of them, you are type O. If you have A antigens, you can develop anti-B antibodies. You're kind of seeing this little pattern here. If you have B antigen, you can develop anti-A antibodies. If you have neither A or B, you can develop anti-A and anti-B antibodies. Something to note really quick, if we go back to the end of this, I probably should definitely I'm not going to say probably. I should definitely point out one tiny thing. If you are AB positive, notice you cannot develop any antibodies to any of it because you definitely do not want to develop something against yourself, which means you can receive type A, you can receive type B, you can receive type O without having any type of issue. If you are type O, though, you're kind of out of luck. You can't really take blood from type A, you can't take blood from type B, you can't take type AB blood, or else you're going to have some type of thing. But the benefit of being type O, especially type O negative, the O negative type is called a universal donor because it has none of those antigens on it. You can give to type A and no problems. You can give to type B and no problems. You can give to type AB. Well, obviously you won't have any problems there. But O negative is that universal donor that all those blood banks seek and desire. All hospitals seek and desire, especially for an ER when you're going into trauma and you don't know that, you don't have time to give somebody a type A or figure out some type of blood test really quick. You shoot them up with some type O negative blood. That way they don't become hypoxic or hypovolemic and die. O negative blood is the thing to have, especially in stock in a blood bank. So this is a little chart that they put together, the book put together, the company put together in table 19.6. You can find it. Agglutinogens, antigens. If you're type A blood, you're going to have A. If you have type B blood, you can have B antigens. It's just another chart telling you what you can be. Now, if you are in the hospital, you are hanging out in the emergency room, and you do have to get some type of somebody's blood type, you're going to do something called a blood type test. What you are going to be provided is with a serum that has anti-A antibodies in it and anti-B antibodies in it. You're going to put a drop of anti-A in one spot, a drop of anti-B in one spot. You will also have an RH that's not shown here. You're going to put a drop there. You will then take a drop of blood and mix it into each one of these drops. If an antibody senses something that it doesn't want, that shouldn't be there, for instance, if you have an anti-A antibody, it's not going to like the presence of the antigen A, the A antigen, and it's going to agglutinate or clump together. Which means if you are type A blood, this is what you're going to see. A is going to coagulate. The anti-A serum mixed with your blood is going to coagulate. But anti-B is going to have absolutely no problems because guess what? You don't have the B antigen on your blood. If you are type B, you are going to have no reaction whatsoever with the anti-A because, hey, you don't have the antigens there. But you sure will activate or interact with that. Your blood will definitely interact with these anti-B antibodies. and they're going to glutenate quite nicely. If you are AB, guess what? You have the antigens for both A and B, and the blood test is going to demonstrate that. If you are type O, no antigens present for these antibodies to interact with, therefore you are not going to have any agglutination or clumping. Now, something that if you are going into prenatal care or you're having something to do with birthing, if you are going to be a mama with negative blood type and you have a papa or a spouse with a positive B type, you do have to now worry about a hemolytic disease of the newborn. What happens is if you have a mother that is Rh negative, but she has a baby with an Rh positive, let me go ahead and just come over to this picture. So if you have a mama that is Rh negative and a baby that is Rh positive, once she gives birth, the placenta rips off and some of the blood from baby sneaks into mama. Mama's blood don't like that Rh in there. It thinks it's an invader. And that is no bueno. It's going to set up, it's going to get ready for the next invasion of that dirty, dirty Rh antigen. Which means if mama has a baby, gets pregnant again, and baby has Rh positive, those antibodies are going to go, get them, and cross over into the placenta, and it's going to start attacking all those Rh positive blood cells, which will cause some very bad hemolytic issues within the baby. You will you can actually lose the baby. In order to avoid it, we have developed the stuff to avoid it. We give a RhoGAM shot to mama. RhoGAM thus allows the development of these Rh antibodies. So that way, if mama has another baby that has Rh positive, those antibodies aren't there to attack it. One last thing that I should have stuck in with the hemoglobin portion is that there is an abnormality that's called the hemoglobin S, or the sickle cell anemia, which, if it's exposed to varying types of situations, becomes sickle cell, which become extremely painful. It decreases its ability to hold on to oxygen. It can actually lodge into capillaries, and it can cause some very painful episodes. With that, I do believe we are all set and done. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed these little videos, and I will catch you next time. And remember, you got this.